or sorry, Pantheons even go for a very quick clear to get that board drinker and then stride into that mid game with a lot of power thanks to that ultimate. And with the Orianna in the mid, Galio support. Remember what we talked about? Galio stepping super far forward in the early, or level 1, guarantees this push bot.
Oh, that was a beautiful little knock-up from Missing as PP God goes in, gets completely interrupted. Beishang, though, getting chased down by Weiwei. A could just Assault will block a lot of the damage, and in comes Missing to help him out. PP God's low, ignited, knocked up, and taken down for first blood. Weiwei jumped over the wall, but Jomung has followed him. The Plasma goes down, Weiwei falls, and Beishang survives, and now Y4 finds himself alone in the ad that he could basically fully heal himself with Core Drinker on top of that. Suddenly, it becomes a very tough situation. Y4 has cleanse available, but there are no flashes here. Taunt gonna come out on both. Y4 will survive, but you'd expect PP God to go down, but the root comes out, and here's Weiwei to answer the play. V5 have turned this one completely on its head, and WE are left to flee for their lives. Star of the game, but importantly as well, Breathe can't impact the skirmishes. Suddenly, this Shen has a much harder time really impacting anything.
And that's been the go-to strategy in a lot of cases against the Shen, is when you see him hit level 6, try and actually rotate your bot side up and go for a
Weiwei's had his recall cancelled here, and it looks like Y4 is not interested. Trade ults, like, I don't think you're ever going to be able to get a kill when Void Seeker is on cooldown and you've... and you're against the Xayah, so she can just ult. Here we go. TP's coming on through, though. PP God flashes to get the stun onto Missing, who's just removed from the play. Shockwave on the backside onto Mole, and there's a taunt to follow it up. Jomung's here with the damage, but a triple knockup comes out from Lanxing, and it looks like V5 might be able to sweep this one up. Beishang's there, though, and Lanxing has to flash away. Weiwei trying to chase down Shanks, but he's gone too far, and he's taken down, and now Y4 is going to get cut through like a hot knife through butter as Beishang charges on forward. Doesn't quite hit with the Gore Drinker, though. Y4 trying to get away, and he will actually be able to trade one.
Try and get onto Shanks, which means that Y4 essentially ends up in a 1v2 here as long as Shin's got a piece out, which means that Jomung is just zoning him entirely, and we're going again!
We're going again, Missing with the 4-man entrance right there. Shockwave onto 3 as well. That is a beautiful team fight from WE, and Jomung with yet another 2 kills, 4 now on the board.
What's the definition of insanity again, Munch? It's doing the same thing over and over again and hoping that it keeps working. It's a Cloud Drake. What you really want to be doing here is V5 instead, is building up your carries on their team. Means that they'll have more trouble later on picking up that gold and having as much of it. Maybe even Jomung can move in as this 3-man unit, take control, and then look for people in transition on V5 as they try to go towards the different lanes that the likes of Breathe are situated.
Oh, hang on. Missing has gone a bit too deep on this one. Has a shield to keep himself alive. Aftershock there as well, but he's not tanky enough. PP God and Lanxing's massive engage tools. You'd expect WE to have an advantage here as they start to move in. Beishang positioning aggressively, aggressed upon, but he's invincible because he's Pantheon. And now into the pit they go as PP God should fall. Smite takes the dragon in favor of WE. Great knockups from Lanxing, but nobody's gone down yet. In comes Galio as Jomung is free-firing. Beishang's onto Mole at the backside. Y4's alone as it'll be taken down by the Akathian rain. And it is a downpour, let me tell you. Lanxing now, he's in a 2v1. He's got some knockups, but he doesn't have any damage. It's a 5v right now as they're going to be able to grab this Baron completely uncontested. They take it exceptionally quickly as well. And now
the Beishang and Shanks to actually find the opportunities to get onto like the likes of Weiwei, and then you can regroup as again. They're just trying to put this little bit of chip damage down. Beishang, the other global, is in the mid lane pushing.
Yeah.
Trouble. We got Shen who can come in and Galio can come in from top side. If they invest too many players
to try and commit onto... Oh, hang on. Y4. Ult for ult with the AD carries there. Over the wall now onto Lanxing, and that's a lot of CC. He is not tanky enough to deal with this just yet. And you see...
WE. These picks are their bread and butter all the goddamn time. They get the pick onto Lanxing there. Now they get this bottom lane tower. They've already picked up
with his killer instinct. It's going to be Lanxing's ult used for very little. By the way, Breathe is just pushing. Yeah. He's looking for an in-hit right now. In they go. Beishang quite happy to tank everybody up. Actually has a stopwatch to keep himself alive as well. Jomung's gone onto the backline, onto Mole. He's 1 versus 4 right now. The rest of the squad finally catching up to help him out, and he survives the skirmish. In goes Breathe, and down goes the entire squad for V5. This is the perfect way to play this composition. WE
understanding where their strengths are, how to get Beishang into the key members of V5 at pretty much every point in time. They have an exposed Hibbert in the top lane. They can just look to end.
Yeah, this is going to be over, I'm pretty sure. Death Time is getting shot on PP God, but I'm not sure what he can do on his own right here. Towers will fall. Beishang ults on in just to be a part of the victory. Very in favor of WE. It's usually just in favor of whoever won the most recent game, let's be honest. Here we go, though. Draft is finished out.
Spirit's refuge from PP God. The entire time that fight was going on, it sat underneath Weiwei, so we couldn't follow up a mid lane.
Okay. Okay. Mole is,
It's a horrific matchup for the Victor. There are opportunities, like if you wanted to Victor, you could go towards like an electrocute build, which means you can get a lot of taste of blood and Ravenous Hunter and have a better time. But you can see right now going for this phase rush build is not working.
Hang on, no way. Shanks, you cannot just stand there.
Now have to play with a lot more respect, because Mole can shove in mid, play down towards this bottom side, and keep Jomung and Missing.
Damage coming out from Mole, but it is a Leona at the end of the day, so Missing is quite happy to just soak the ult. Oh, hang on, Jomung, he's looking for a 1v1. 3 stacks on that passive. Can he get the ult up? Flash away from Y4. And now the Stand United. Jomung might have gone a little bit too deep on this one. Now the curtain call opens up. How good are you at dodging these shots is the question, Jomung. Has to use the cleanse, but now he's taunted up and taken down. Jomung, that was too far.
Or Flash, or anything else, you know. I mean, if any of those things were there, maybe you'd be alright. But expecting the pressure and the range that are on V5 side.
Oh no, Shanks is in trouble here. Double ultis come out. 5 shots from the Syndra, forces in, steals the large chicken here. 4k gold lead. Beishang is sticking around at this tower. Missing's arrived as well. They're tanky. Are they tanky enough is the question. In comes Breed on the Aatrox with the World Ender procced, and that's actually going to be a tower shot to finish the kill off. Nicely done here on taking a bit of a love tap there as Mole protecting his pink.
We're not even thinking about that as WE. Honestly, I'd sack this bottom tower, see if we can maybe get a freeze closer to our own side of the map and try to avoid plays like this.
Well, I don't know what to say at this point. I started this cast.
At least now, Longxing, he's going to get this gold on the bottom side, and there's a V5 aren't giving him that chance.
Certainly not. In the mid lane they go, and we said that V5 were one of the fastest teams in the league last year, and they're looking to keep their reputation. Flash forced out and Missing, and now a couple of shots will go his way from the likes of Y4. Appropriately playing Jin with 4 in his name. Beishang now has to back away as the mid lane inhibitor is almost certainly going to go down. And this is rapidly falling out of control from WE. We're getting to the point already. He's anywhere near Soul. This is not going to be the end of the world, so WE rightly just giving that one up. In the meantime, PP God just sits around the back. WE grouping up and trying to defend this tier 2. It's costing them everything right here, and
It's like, Shanks, you will get one shot by Mole, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here, tossing those orbs in Shanks' direction.
Here we go. Weiwei onto the backline, straight on towards Jomung. Can't quite do the damage to finish him off, but it doesn't matter because Beishang has gone down. That is the majority of the front line removed from the side of WE. And now PP God wants to chase some more. Nice flash taunt there onto Shanks. Dodges away from the root, though. Trying to throw some damage out as he moves. Shanks is going to be able to get the gravity down. I feel like they've really backed away from this Baron multiple times now, but I don't think that WE could realistically...
Essentially for Shanks, and we're still a long way off. I mean, you can see how far his tier was delayed. He's not even stacked that tier properly to go from the Archangels to the Seraph's Embrace. But Longxing, oh, this is perfect.
This would be the Mega Gnar. He's not going to be able to get it onto everyone, though. Missing is taken down right at the very start of the fight. In goes Weiwei to remove everyone else from the skirmish. Bear in mind, there is no mid tower here. V5 should be able to just brute force their way in off the back of this pick and grab an inhib for themselves. And I realistically don't think there's much WE can do about this one. Shanks has now arrived on the scene, but does have to be awfully careful himself.
Finally set up for ourselves, but unfortunately for them, hasn't been able to find their luck, and now they've got a blind in towards this jungle, which is so dangerous.
Oh, huge stun onto Shanks. He actually flashes away and doesn't use his cleanse there. Keeps that available for later on, so nice patience. Missing will answer with his own life. Once again, V5 being very respectful so far. Curtain call. It's just going to be onto the tanks here. Jomung needs to be careful. Flashes away from Longxing's stun there.
Bus type of team. Get the ball rolling early, play out through just having this massive advantage, and fighting. You just got Longshin going Mega Gnar in the bot lane. He'd have to TP in, so this is more of a bait and a ruse, but Missing might have fallen for it.
He is tanky though, flashes away with his life here. The Chaos Storm going on through. Missing needs some help. The Blade will protect him. Beishang get in front of the support. Looks like they've decided to sacrifice him. Blood for the blood.
The only way they could try and win this is if you get a separation from Shanks thanks to a nice gravity field, and they can pick off 2 members of V5.
The hilarious thing is that for V5, Missing's death timer seems to be a resource that they can use every now and then. Here we go. Engage comes out. This is a 4 versus 5 right here, and the damage just isn't there. Breathe flashes on towards the carries. He's trying to do whatever he can here. Jomon can't stack up the passive, though. Inferno trigger, nowhere to be seen as Y4 looks for the 1v1. Breathe will finally fall, and that should be enough now for V5 to grab themselves this Baron.
Yeah, they will get the Baron. They will be able to reset. However,
PP God's gone too deep on this one. That's a kill for Jomon now. We'll be able to stack up the passive as well. Lunxing gonna take a bit of time. What lifesteal, says Lunxing. Here's the rest of V5, and down go the 2 players from WE.
And they haven't bought enough time. V5 now realize, hey, look, we don't need this Baron. We can look for the end. It was a long, drawn-out fight, but it looks like V5 might have finally done it.
Oh dear, and this one's got to feel bad for Shanks. 0-5-0 on the back of this one. He was definitely the issue for the side of WE in the early game. And this will be V5 though, grabbing themselves. But it looks like Missing will go with the Gragas support.
Okay, so again, more dive coming through.
This having his passive to heal up, it's very easy to take these aggressive trades and then sustain yourself back up afterwards. Flash forwards from PP God as they go straight into Jomon. Ignite is taken. He's used his flash and he's gonna go down in the 2v2. PP God strikes
back. They're just going. Rinse and repeat. 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, they're looking for a dive this time around. Y4 has the 4th shot available. PP God over the wall, looking to try and get the stuns. Missing. Flashes under the tower. It survives. Jomon lives as well. This is ridiculous. They've gone to the wrong side, though. And now they're going to get chased down by Lunxing. Missing trying to walk away. Won't get away with it this time. They will answer, though, as Wei falls as well. Jomon walking underneath the enemy tower. Lunxing grabs that one. It's a 3 for 2.
Are hovering just in the wings to try and make sure that they can support their teams where necessary.
Oh, PP God Hex flashes in onto Missing, but takes a bit of damage himself. Jomon jumps forward so damn aggressively. Haymak has already been used, and Beishang picks up an easy kill. Now Wei in on the play, and Mole is rotating over as well. This could get bad for WE, who have really committed, but with the collateral damage, he slides out of the fight. Mole comes in. Perfect execution is available. Dashes under the tower, but he's exhausted. And so Jomon finds it instead. Now the TP comes out for Breathe. The Orn Horn is blown, and Wei finds himself alone in the fray, taken down, and another with the shotgun.
It's a disaster, and Shanks is here, Y4. Yeah, they've got maybe 10 CS behind, but the kills that they've gotten over themselves, the pressure that they've now created on the spot lane is going to pay off dividends for them.
None of that play goal. So good job by Mole to try and keep the mid lane matchup at least somewhat even. Now it's going to be Breathe that's in trouble. He's not used to being the weak side top laner here. 1 versus 3. It's going to be an easy kill side of the map. Jomon has to answer with this tower here. And it looks like it will be a trade of towers across the map.
But this is exactly what we were talking about, is this 1-3-1 that they can opt into as V5, using the pressure that we have with these summoner spells.
And look at this, V5 using the pressure that they had from Breathe, TPing towards the bottom side to start this Herald off. In comes Breathe, Call of the Forge God is there, and it's Beishang that gets the Herald. This is disastrous for Wei, who's stuck in the pit without a flash. A kill comes off the back of it for WE.
Assignments there means that you're not really going to be able to contest. Now, it would have been difficult to anyway because you've got that
as well. That has to be talked about is how dramatically different this series has gone to what I would have expected. Y4 going to be knocked up there, and the combo between Samira and Gragas is beautiful. Don't know if they can actually finish this one off, though. Wei is responding. There's a TP as well being channeled. Beishang's off to the side to try and help them out. Missing is stuck, though, doesn't have his flash available. It's actually a V5 pick here at the end of things. Jomon level 11.
As well, so she's all ready to go in these team fights. There's 2 items for V5. Make a big difference.
Missing's been caught out again. The Hextech ultimatum, just to make sure he can go nowhere. He's the one that has to face check, and V5 are more than happy to punish him for it.
I love how V5. Ooh, okay, Y4.
Flash out from Y4. It's going to be a route on Space Young instead as Mo closes the gap. Perfect execution to finish the kill, bringing him back into the curtain call, and the lifesteal ain't anywhere near enough. This is V5.
Understanding how their composition works. They go for a very early reset before this dragon. They're back on the map of, like, with WE traditionally.
Shanks still in base as well. This should be the dragon going the way of V5. Unless some kind of miracle steal happens from Shanks here. He goes and he gets it! What? Shanks, you beauty! Steals away the Infernal Soul. And now, knock up onto more. Flash forward from missing. The Ignite is ticking away. He's gone into the Zhonya's, but Breathe should be able to finish that one over the wall. And WE just as it looks. We're seeing a lot of damage on the side of WE here and a lot of survivability.
Certainly. I just want to, like, coming back to your AD carry point, yes, Y4 is ahead, but the difference for a Jhin is that your strength in the team fight is at the start, when you open up with the curtain call, and the end, when you come in with your point shots. That mid-game, or mid-fight composition, loves having flashes, the ability to outplay the CC and the lockdown of WE.
Oh, Jomung's accidentally used his stopwatch. That is bad news. In they go straight on towards Jomung. He doesn't have any way to survive, but he survives anyway. Drops down as Beishyung falls as well. V5 trying to win this one out, but it's 2 versus 3 here. As the health bars are low, Shanks still surviving, still has Infernal Soul. And actually, there's not much damage remaining for the side from V5.
And GA is well completed for Jomung.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. The stopwatch fumble can't hurt him anymore. He's got a GA now. Let's remember, this is for setting a precedent. This is for playoffs, potentially. When you look at where these guys should be in the standings, here we go. Flying into the fight. The curtain call going on through. Missing is low, but Breathe gets a knock up onto 1. They're trying to back away. As it's Missing traded his life for Mold. That's a trade WE will take every day of the week. Breathe charging into the fray. Jomung is 1 stack away from his ult, but off on the flank, but he doesn't have his ultimate available.
And they don't really have the damage here. I mean, you need Mold to try and beat that assassination, but here comes PP God.
Ragnarok going to be used now. They have to charge into the fray. Lunching into it as well. They have so much hard engaged. Beishyung forces Y4 out of the back of the fight. Breathe is still here in the pit with Lunching, but Jomung is here to back up his top laner. That's 1 for him, and he's looking for more. Has the Inferno trigger ready, and it means Y4 backs off.
And a brilliant job from Jomung there, realizing, hey, look, if everyone is focused on taking down Shanks, I can go.
Just edging out these fights by mere inches. They get the
a little bit of more time to get towards these waves, and you can see V5 playing very respectful. It's the countdown. It's the 30 seconds until Elder is gone.
Wants to try and get a flank himself. Wants to go in. Breathe just stands there, staring PP God down. And there's 2 people off trying to flank, but they're too far away from the plate. Now the team fight has exploded. Y4 with the curtain call can't do whole much of anything, as WE should be able to win this one out. Jomung into his GA. Same can be said for Mole and the Zhonya's up on the top side, but he goes down. Lungshing too low. Y4 knocked up into the sky and blasted out of the air by the Hunter of Beishyung. Into the base they go, and down go V5. This is WE taking this series and tying themselves up in first place on the scoreboard.
A hard-fought